look back at January because as standard AJ, you do your awards. And yeah, it wasn't a great month for Town. There was a win in there. We beat Bristol Rovers in the FA Cup, but a draw against Fulham, then lost obviously against Brighton, Man City, and Liverpool. So yeah, wasn't great results on the board, but you always do this every month. Your awards, Player of the Month, Surprise Package, Goal of the Month, all that sort of stuff. Where do you want to start, my friend? And yeah, wasn't a great month, but plenty of talking points.
Yeah, let's have a bit of an overview. It started well, tailed off a little bit. I think the disappointing result of all of them would probably be the Brighton one, wouldn't it? If I asked you, that would be the one that would hurt the most. I know that the way they conceded later on at Fulham was disappointing, but they played so well in that game. It's just a couple of sloppy moments. Bristol Rovers was as comfortable as it gets. And then the Brighton game, disappointing. And obviously heavy defeats to City and Liverpool, which will hurt given the score lines, but you've got to also factor in what those teams are at the moment. So I think that's fair as well. So yeah, I think it has been a tough month. And then going through and trying to pick out players that have stood out, moments that have stood out, it is always difficult. I think let's start off, I guess, with the player, because I'd be interested to see what you guys think with this one. I can't lie. In terms of like real individual standouts, I found this super hard. I'm going to be honest. And it took me about half an hour of going through, looking at all the lineups and trying to pick someone up. And the best kind of I could think of was Dara O'Shea. And there are a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, I think his performance levels are always quite good. I think even by his standards, though, probably the Liverpool game was his most disappointing. But he is a very consistent player. And I do feel that he's adapting to a new role as well. Got to bear in mind that he's played a lot of the games recently on the right, now coming into the centre. He's playing, take the City game, he was playing alongside players that one who was making his first start and God knows how long, or at least first league start and God knows how long against one of the best teams in the world. And another one who had kind of struggled in terms of regular minutes. So having to do that and going to Anfield, I kind of sympathise with that a bit. And I think he deserved a mention for his leadership as well, because he's obviously a big figure with that in the dressing room. This has been a hard few weeks and he's got to keep everyone's heads above water. That is a big role for him. So add that in with the performances. He was my pick. I think that's back-to-back months for him. I'd be interested to know if you guys have any other picks that you'd have in there for player of the month.
Yeah, I'm clutching at straws right now still. I don't really know. I'm thinking randomly, I'm just going to say Julio Enciso. What can't I say his name?
Enciso, okay.
Enciso, bloody hell, Ross.
How many minutes has he played, Ross?
20 minutes, but he just made an impact. Could have got sent off in 30 seconds and got an assist, and yeah, got number 9 shirt, which controversial, but I like him already. But
I like it. I mean, it's a game of opinions, isn't it? We're all going to say something a bit different. Yeah, Stu, any others stand out?
It's obviously a difficult pick. I'm just kind of doing the same as what you said, just having a look at the lineups for those games. Everyone's kind of had moments, haven't they? The bright spot from the Brighton game, we were saying sort of Wes Burns looks kind of like
he was one that stood out to me, but then I was like, he didn't play in, what game was it? He didn't play. There was one he didn't start in. And like Bristol Rovers, I thought he was quite good, but he only played 45 minutes. I don't think he played, I think he was benched at Fulham, wasn't he? Only came on late there. Another one, I think it might have been was it the City game? He didn't play at all. So I struggled with that. He was one that came to my mind. Obviously, then had the horror injury at Liverpool.
Yeah. I mean, Calvin Phillips plays really well in the cup game, but he's not quite kicking on. He's been okay, but I wouldn't say he's in a kind of player of the month bracket. Jens Kajustas had some nice moments in games. It's really you probably are naturally going more towards defenders, which sounds mad when they've just conceded 10 goals in 2 games. Yeah. I think I'm probably with you in terms of consistency and who they've been up against. Probably Dara, but yes, there's been no one sort of jumping off the page. Delap's had a quieter month, hasn't he? Amari likewise. So yeah, difficult pick this one.